Music that you play there, what is that? How do you call that folk music?
I think it was Studs Terkel who asked Big Bill Brunzi, did he consider his blues music to be folk music? And Big Bill says, well, never heard no horses.
Shoo bob shooby doo doo booby doo dow.
Bang! Hot dog!
Don't hesitate. It could be your ticket to a new tomorrow.
Miles roll near the state line like 1,000 times. It's the same roadsides. Ken drives trucks from here to Tennessee, but this time it's different. There's a place he'd rather be. Something about the road, unlike before. There's loneliness and there's sleeplessness. This is something more. Maybe it's the news of his brother's newborn son. As hard as a compass, he aims straight for home. And he imagines the moonlight down his hair as she sleeps. Hears the clock ticking, her breath and heartbeat. He'd say, open your eyes while I kneel by the bed, and I'll whisper you something you'll never forget. I'm yours, be mine. I'll give you all I've got to give this time. Please say you will be mine. He's felt this way before, felt his heart dance, but the miles made him sober before he took the chance. Take that chance. Still the miles roll across the state line like 1,000 times. It's the same road signs. Ken looks ahead for as far as he can see. At home in Donna's arms is the place he'd rather be. He dreams with all his might. This time he would convince with his heart what he never understood. Say, open your eyes while I kneel by the bed, and I'll whisper you something you'll never forget. I'm yours, be mine. I'll give you all I've got to give this time. Please say you will be mine. And the miles roll, still the miles roll, and the miles roll, still the miles roll.
Right.
Thank you. Thanks.
The show is Horses Sing None of It. My name is Ralph Litwin, and we have as our guest today Erik Balkey.
Ralph, how you doing?
Nice to have you on the show.
Pleasure to be here. Thanks.
Beautiful song.
Thank you.
Beautiful song. And I just want to read a quote from some of your admirers at Songwriters Monthly. They say, "Sometimes it's hard to believe what one man can do with just the essentials." Well, we just saw that.
Yeah, well, thanks.
So you're performing all your own songs today?
Yep. That's a new one I just wrote there. It's not autobiographical. I don't drive trucks, but I drive a car and I drive around a lot and I bring this guitar along with me. So yeah, it's a story about a guy that wishes he was not on the road so much, I guess. So we'll do another one. There's yeah, there'll be a couple that this one's a little more, this one's in the first person anyway, and that's closer to true and autobiographical. This is called A Dream I Had. I woke up to a fine Saturday morning, put my favorite Bill Morrissey on. Sun peeked through for an hour or two, and I wondered, what would I on this fine day do? And barefoot I walked over yesterday's clothes, took a shower, read more of yesterday's news, sat while the record played through the last tune. With the plant on the sill, I sat until noon and recalled a dream I had. She came back and brought the cat, and I waited for arguments to begin. We sat silent, and they never did. So I stared at the Kerouac books I half read and wondered, should I get dressed to go back to bed? I picked up the clothes that lay on the floor, got dressed in a minute, and I walked out the door. It was a fine afternoon, so I went for a walk to the market for a sandwich that I ate in the park. I read a few chapters to take me away, then stopped at the old cinema matinee to forget a dream I had. She came back and brought the cat, and I waited for arguments to begin, but we sat silent and they never did. And I made my way home while the others hit town, did my laundry and moved the sofa around, folded my socks tuned to the baseball game, and waited till the Chinese delivery came. And later, in silence, no radio on, not a sound but the refrigerator's low on. In darkness, stared at that sliver of sky as the full yellow moon in an instant passed by. And I remembered a dream I had. She came back and brought the cat, and I waited for arguments to begin, we sat silent, and they never did. I woke up to find Saturday morning, put my favorite Bill Morrissey on.
All right.
Thanks.
Cool.
Thank you.
That evokes a mood.
Yeah, well, that was written during the time in my apartment on a Saturday, pretty much depicting the day's events. It was yeah, just sort of happened. That was a quick one. They came out and played it that night, actually, where I was playing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you talk to like where you grew up and what path
Sure.
led from there to
Sure.
to here?
Yeah, I grew up in Marlton, New Jersey. My folks still live there, and brother and sister live in the area. And went to Penn State, and then made it back to Jersey. Marlton's down South Jersey near Philadelphia. And then when I came back, I got a job in Red Bank over in Monmouth County, and picked up a guitar and started playing when I graduated college in Red Bank at the open mics and the coffee houses there. And pretty much been playing since. I had a stint in New York, working with my day job in New York, and using the opportunity to get out as much as I could to the Fast Folk Cafe back then and all the other places. Just been busy since. Moved to Philadelphia a couple of years ago. Leaving my day job in January, and we're going to be just driving around playing and performing.
All right.
Yeah.
Break a leg.
Thanks. Yeah, it'll be fun. Be an experience.
Did you start writing as soon as you picked up the guitar?
Pretty much, yeah. I picked up a guitar and didn't know why I needed to have a guitar, but just one day decided I'm getting a guitar. I walked into the store and just kind of looked at them, and the person in the store realized I didn't really know what I was looking at, and just picked up, I think, the cheapest one, and left with that. But they asked as I was buying a guitar, would you be interested in lessons? And I thought that was a good idea. So so I took some lessons and took it from there. When my first teacher, for whatever reason, about a month into it, the assignment was to write a song. And I came back the next week with a song. I didn't know, she wasn't actually, she was testing me, but I went in with a song the next week, and ever since, playing open mics down in Red Bank, every week I wanted to play something better, and was around a lot of great talent there. And so, yeah, pretty much since I could play, I've been writing.
Cool.
Since I started playing.
I'll give us another one.
Okay, I heard an interview on the radio a few months back, and was with Steve Earle, and talking about recovering from addiction. So I took some of the lines. I didn't hear the whole interview, and I really don't know Steve Earle's life story, so this is loosely based on that. It's pretty much a couple quotes from that interview that stuck with me, and some of my own experience, and I sort of made up the story. It's called I Quit. I was the life of the party. They'd wait for me to fall down. The next night, I'd say I'm sorry, and I hate this town. And for 2 nights, my head would be aching, and I could barely see straight, but I'd lose the fight. 'Cause there ain't no mistaking, my friends would make me feel great. Till one day I found all my friends had left me. They'd all died or been knocked away, and I hit the ground. I failed, so heavy, and I ain't been back to this day. Now the sun's shining brighter, and the rain is bittersweet, and I don't quite feel like it. 'Cause I hold my head higher, and I stand on these 2 feet ever since the day I quit. And I quit, there's no mistaking. No way I'm going back again. And I quit, I chased the monkey, and I'm alive today. Now I'm on my own and feeling crazy, 'cause I gotta fight it every day. And though I've moved on, sometimes I say maybe, but I don't do it anyway. On the good days, I don't feel so bad. I can see the sun and feel the rain. But on the other days, I'm going half mad, and I pray for the numb to heal the pain. Now the sun's shining brighter, and the rain is bittersweet, and I don't quite feel like it. 'Cause I hold my head higher, and I stand on these 2 feet ever since the day I quit. Now the sun's shining brighter, and the rain is bittersweet, and I don't quite feel like it. 'Cause I hold my head higher, and I stand on these 2 feet ever since the day I quit.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. You mentioned before that you're going to be touring, and
That's right.
folks who want to find out where you're going to be can go to your website, I assume.
That's right, yeah. It's all there.
www.erikbalkey.com.
That's
It's
the
on the
one.
screen, ERIKBALKEY.com. And this is your cover of your first recording. And I understand you're working on a new one.
That's
You're
right.
in the studio right now.
Yeah.
Andy and Denise, who were guests on this show
Yeah.
a couple months ago,
They're
are
producing it,
the album, helping you out with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going great. We're actually the end is near for that, so I'm really excited. I got really lucky to be able to work with really talented people and great friends, and it's been a lot of fun. The stuff you're hearing now, this one I'm gonna do is from that album, and I'll be doing an album release in January, so anyone who's interested can check out that website. Performances, I just keep, I'm building up this tour. I'm going to be traveling around a bit, but I'm basically based out of the Philadelphia, New Jersey area, so. This is a song, let's see here, which one am I going to do first? We'll do this is the newest one.
This is from the new album.
Yeah, this is a new one from the new album. It's another one of those songs that's not autobiographical, and you can tell in this one that it's not, because the character in this song actually has trouble meeting women. So, you know, I just want you to know that that's not me.
And any girls who want to get in touch with Erik, go to his website.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so this is about a character probably before the last song, just before the last song. In fact, it just occurred to me I should do these in order, the opposite way from now on, because this is the guy before he quit. He sits on a stool beside each fool, drifting into this bar. Buys a lady a drink, can't clear her mind to think from the shadows of too many scars. He won't search more for these things he don't believe. In his forfeit resolve he'll reside. She won't look for life in eyes, she'll leave alone tonight. No more damage she'll have to hide. Negotiations and compromise. He's a lonesome haggler with desperate eyes. Negotiations and compromise. The tables are turned, he swallows his pride and says, make me an offer, yes I will barter. Let's leave before they turn on the lights. I'd call it a bargain if you would be willing, and we'd be less lonely tonight. It's closing time, he's bathed in the rye, whiskey and bottles of beer, and Rose stacks the stools where ghosts replace the fools, and locks up the door of 6 years. Rose walks him to his car, last one by the bar, but he can't find the keys for the door. She holds him on his feet in the moonlit street. Been here many times before. Negotiations and compromise. He's a lonesome haggler with desperate eyes. Negotiations and compromise. The tables are turned, he swallows his pride and says, make me an offer, yes I will barter with me before they turn on the lights. I'd call it a bargain if you would be willing, and we'd be less lonely tonight. Make me an offer, yes I will barter. Let's leave before they turn on the lights. I'd call it a bargain if you would be willing, and we'd be less lonely tonight.
All right.
Thanks.
We've got about enough time to do our little jam session number if you want to do that.
Okay, sure. Let me just retune this. Give me a second.
Are there artists you consider influences?
That's a good question. I mean, I can tell you who I like. I don't know if they've influenced me or not. I grew up Same way a lot of people did, listening to classic rock and roll in high school. But once in college, later in college, I just got turned on to singer-songwriters in public radio. And in Philadelphia, that's WXPN, and in New York, another WFUV. But just those singer-songwriters, mostly. I grew up, I know I love Bob Dylan, Neil Young, James Taylor, all those guys. And now I'm into Greg Brown, Ellis Paul.
Did I hear right? Morrissey got a plug in one of your songs there.
Bill Morrissey, yeah. Listening to him on the way up here. Cheryl Wheeler is great. So, and then I go out and see live music all the time. I share shows a lot with other people, and so I always catch new music, and really the songs that are going through my head every time I wake up in the morning are you know, fellow songwriters in mind, and I know their songs inside and out by now. I'm pretty active in the Philadelphia area, and just really I travel around a lot and make it my business to know other songwriters and hang out with other songwriters.
We should give a plug to the Philadelphia Songwriters Alliance.
Sure, yeah.
How do people, I guess I can get in touch with you through your website.
Yeah, through the website, but if you want to get in touch with the Philadelphia Songwriters Alliance, if you're a songwriter, we do workshop sessions, peer workshop sessions, and work on songcraft a lot. We have house concerts, and if anyone's interested in that, they can get on my website, contact me, or I'll just give the email address for Philadelphia Songwriters. It is songwritersphila@aol.com. That's songwriters, PHILA, at AOL.com, if anyone's interested in that. You don't have to be from Philadelphia to just contact us. And we send out a newsletter once a month just with our activities. And one thing we did recently was the songwriting competition, and that went out to the region. It wasn't just Philadelphia. So just
Cool.
try to have a cool event like that in our area.
Thanks for making the trip and joining us to share your music,
All
Erik.
right, thanks, Ralph. Do one more, and we'll guess that's in tune. So you know, I'm gonna ditch this stool so I can enjoy this a little. This is a song called let's see, what's this one called? Afternoons on Galen Street, and this one's about driving around a lot since I left college. Interstate for a long time has been just like my living room. Talk radio, my companion. Made friends along the way, coffee shops and small cafes. Many weary days between endless highways.